And we're live. Oh my.
Oh, snap.
Look at us. Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. We're here to play some Pathfinder. This is going to be episode 3 of the Fallen Kingdom of Vruz. So congratulations on getting to see this. Yeah, we'll do some introductions and then we'll do a slight recap and then we'll, go murder things. It'll be great. Absolutely great. As we do. Bert, if you want to start us off, who are you? Plug some pluggables and tell us who you're playing.
Sure, I'm Bert. Run a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder. You can find it at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, and Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Steam, Steel, Murder. Play a lot of old school, first edition, DX edition Dungeons and Dragons, and occasionally other fun stuff. Tonight, I'm playing Mornif, the Ice Elf. He likes to threaten people by burning down their things that they hold dear. And he's a really good person at heart.
Super good.
Way deep down inside his small, icy heart.
It takes a lot of work to get there.
There's a warm core in there somewhere. Let's see. Next up, we got a Dan.
Everybody, Dan with the Defenders of Cobalt. Tonight, I'm playing Sherbert, our halfling detective wizard. So, got to do some silly things with my familiar last time. Maybe I'll do some more.
Oh. What do we got? Over on the other side, there's a Jake.
Hello, I'm Jake with the Defenders of Cobalt. Today I'll be playing an elven alchemist nicknamed Beaker.
There we go. Cool. And then Jeff.
Yeah, I'm Jeff, twitch.tv/TheLollygaggers. We play various tabletop role-playing games on the internet on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. This coming Friday, we're doing Delta Green. Saturday, we're doing Worlds Without Number. And Monday, we start our Ultraviolet Grassland adventures with some of these ugly people. So come watch us, and it's a lot of fun. And I am playing Puck, who is a hobgoblin ranger of some great repute, bounty hunter, many weapons, friend of dwarves, doesn't like when you break contracts. He might have a little bit of a lawyer background. I think his parents might have been lawyers or something. Yeah.
Could explain so much.
Could be.
Last but not least, there's Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm Jeremy. I'm a proudly adopted kobold. And I'm going to be playing Bar. He is an ex-farmhand turned orc barbarian, but he likes to think of himself as a pilgrim. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Okay. Let's see. So last session, you all captured an assassin, questioned, turned him in for a bounty with the Glorious Hammer, the Fighters Guild. You got a deck of playing cards that shows faces and names and how much people are worth as bounties to the Glorious Hammer. And then you took a job where you went out to a farm that was getting harassed by wolves. And you found out it was actually a druid who was harassing the farmers because the farmers weren't adhering to the deals that the previous farmers had established. So they were mad. But you helped facilitate peace, which was a nice turn of events.
We did facilitate it violently, but
yeah, well,
it's facilitated.
In your own
Peace
special
comes
way.
at the end of an axe.
There you go.
I mean,
Peace is.
we didn't kill them all.
True. Yeah, so we kind of left off with the tentative plans being Francis. He is now a confirmed member of the Vor Rabar. You have his face on one of your playing cards. And, hey, Fragilities. I'm going to guess that's how you say it. Thanks for that follow. But yeah, you've got his face. You're talking about going and collecting him to get a nice bounty of 100 gold from the Glorious Hammer. Or there's also been rumors that out in Bone Row, I think that's the name of it. I'm not looking it up right now. There's been people going missing, specifically some children. And you got rumor that there's one orphanage in Potential that has had a rather large amount of kids that have gone missing from it.
Or even adopted.
Maybe. So yeah, those were kind of the two things we left off. We'll pick back up in the temple where you all hang out at, because once again, names, forgetting things. What is it? It's the Temple of the First Vault. They're sponsoring you. You've got a place to crash there. They feed you. You might notice as you set up to leave in the morning, there's a new donations box next to the kitchen. You know, food for the poor and homeless. But yeah, you're ready to set out and do your thing. So what do you want to do?
Well, since we're going, I assume certain things will be happening. So first things first, I want to use my now 5 enhanced reagents that I get at the start of every day. I'm going to make 4 anti-plagues, 4 elixirs of life lesser, and 2 silver sheen.
Ooh, what does silver sheen do?
You can open it up, and then you have to use it within a minute after you open it up. But you use it to lace either 10 pieces of ammunition or 1 melee weapon, and then for the rest of the day, it acts as silvered.
Oh, nice. That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyone else have any housekeeping they need to do before you all set out?
Just did my little bit of spell prep there real fast.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What would you say is so I know there's a forest around here. What would you say like other terrain types? Like, it's just, don't worry about why I'm asking. What other terrain types are common around the kingdom of
Vruz.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that is not a high quality map. So yeah, immediately surrounding the city, there's a lot of forest. Actually, let me find. Oh, I turned off navigation. That's why I can't find it. Silly me. So yeah, if you go to the Kingdom of Vruz map, it should be up there along the top now. And zoom way out. Thanks.
Yeah.
We go into the Kingdom of Vruz right around you. This kind of indicates what areas are around there. So, kind of to the southwest and the northeast is heavy forest lands. There is what we'll call plains/prairies, light desert, until you get kind of further up towards the northeast. Then we got more desert. Heading southeast a ways, you've got kind of rolling hills. Also, if you head past the forest to the southwest, you got rolling hills, mountain ranges way south, but that's in the kingdom below you. And yeah, if you head west, it's pretty much going to be prairie lands, forest, or rolling hills. So,
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
yep. Yeah. All right. Any other questions or any other housekeeping? No? Yes? Yeah.
I think before we head out, Barbara will catch Father Duncan.
Yeah.
Make sure to tithe 5 gold to the church, and then put another 5 gold towards the donation.
Oh, that's most kind of you. Thank you very much. And he, goes and he takes 5 of that gold and puts it into the tithe box. And he finds, a young clergy or something like that. Like, oh, our dear friend Barbar would like some food put out for the donation box. Please take this to the market and get what you can for it and come and put it in the donation box. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. We're gonna go try and not get murdered.
That's the goal most days, I think. So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay. You all set off into the city. What do you want to do first?
What was on our agenda? We were going to visit the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the clover mead for Francis.
Right. And then
And
there
then
was,
the bone roll
yeah.
orphans.
I get a feeling there's a good chance that the mark we might just find at the bar, but the stuff with the orphans might take a little bit more looking around.
So you're saying we go for the quick buck?
I
It's quick.
guess. I'm not an investigator.
I am, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make sure everybody has an elixir of life minor on their person.
I'm really glad
Thank you,
you're here.
Beaker.
Those are so nice.
Well, I am certainly keen on collecting bounties. If you are concerned and you want to follow up on what the good father has said about Bone Row Bar, Bar, excuse me, you're not an elephant.
Oh, that's okay. Like, it was close enough. I'm not going to
Yeah.
take offense.
So if that's what you want to do, I will gladly assist you in that. If that's your preference for today. We made good money yesterday.
Yeah, I'd like to help with both. I'm not sure which one's better to start on first. But that's the one I'm more concerned with.
Well, if we assume that the orphans are in some sort of dire need of us, then the situation for them could get worse. Francis, on the other hand, the worst case scenario is somebody else takes the bounty before us.
Which seems unlikely, since, he seems to be a rather known quantity.
And we do have a whole deck of other bounties that we can pull from if such a thing could happen.
And the place we're going to find him at is a bar, right?
Yes.
So maybe we can investigate the one thing during the day, and if we find a lead, great. And if not, we go to the bar.
At night. I think this is a good plan.
I think after Morneth has observed the cards and shuffled through it, I would like to make a point in the fiction, Chuck, that the card deck of criminals is a marked card deck.
That's fantastic. I don't know if you saw, I'm working on it currently, but in our Discord for this specific one, I do have all of those cards. Eventually I'll get them in Foundry, but we're brainstorming names, crimes currently. But yeah, okay, so you've got your marked card deck. All right, so if I understand correctly, we're going to Bone Row right now to investigate missing orphans, see what you can find there, and then this evening you're going to head on over to the bar that dude hangs out in.
And since we are going to Bone Row, at this point I will give everybody an anti-plague and tell them to drink up. Seeing as how there are rumors of monsters in Bone Row, and monsters can carry all sorts of diseases, this will act as a fortification should we get jumped by monsters and they try to give us diseases.
Oh,
Lesser?
Yes.
Nice.
And feel free to drink that now because it will last for 24 hours, which is, I guess at this point now, longer than the potion itself will last.
I mean, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beaker. I'm really glad you're here. I don't want a disease.
Well, neither do I. Unfortunately, I only had enough for all of you, and that's why I will be right behind you, both for support of you and for support of me.
Well, no, I mean, if you don't have enough, I think you should have it. Just in case.
No. Your using it is my using it.
Okay.
Can't argue with that.
The logic like that, how can you lose?
Puck. I don't understand. How do we help orphans? Are we going to steal them some parents?
I don't think so. I'm less concerned with the orphans, and it's just that the father was putting us up for the past few days, and I really don't want to give up my gold to him the way Bar did. So this seemed like the only real way, like trade service. He gives us a roof, we give him
Do
a
a
service.
nice thing, maybe.
Nice is an extreme term I'm not comfortable with exactly. This is just the dutiful thing.
You guys are really
I'll
nice.
stop making this list of possible people that we could steal for parents then.
I
that's
mean,
probably, yeah. We could
Keep
just
that-
deliver them to people.
maybe just keep that in your back pocket.
We're like storks. We go and we drop an orphan on a front doorstep. Knock knock. And then we want to raid like it's a flaming bag of poop.
Take the child, or we'll burn your house down.
I will burn down your house. Don't take in this orphan.
Most aggressive adoption agency in the world.
But they get
But it
stuff
gets
done.
resolved.
We're
Yes.
closers.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The ABCs of orphanage training.
Oh, it's like that one lady who stole a bunch of babies and legally and gave them up for adoption. I don't remember her name. She's a lady who stole Ric Flair from his original parents and gave him up for adoption. There's a lady who actually did that shit. And that's
Wow.
the new you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody else.
One day
stole
we're
the
going to
children,
steal the
so-
world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
We're gonna meet Ric Flair.
You're
guys.
going to meet Ric
Yeah.
Flair.
Awesome.
Baby Ric Flair. I just want to go
Wow.
on record, though, that we didn't steal the children. We're just reappropriating them.
Okay. Yeah, so you all make your way over to Bone Row. It's a fairly long walk. Bone Row, it's slums. Not known for, being a place that you would want to live if you have a choice. But sadly, most of the people that do live here, it's because they don't have a choice. Getting into Bone Row, there's just one bridge that cuts across the river. So it's kind of a choke point. There's a lot of guards on the opposite side of that. Let's see, what zone is that? So that's 7, which is the east bank. And there's the one bridge. So there's plenty of guards on the side of the east bank, doing their
100%.
best to keep, troublemakers on their side of the river. But
Is
they
there one who looks like a particular badass?
Sure, yeah.
Billy's
Okay, I will
the
approach the
badass.
particular badass and I will, I'll slip him a gold coin and I'll say, you're doing great work out here.
It's big, burly, like half orc, full body armor. She takes your coin. Thanks. It's tedious and it smells bad, but I'm glad I'm appreciated. I got a little bit of drinking
No.
coin later.
I'll give her a little, punch on the arm and I'll say, keep at it.
Also, ow. No.
All right, there. Time. Keep going.
All right, the guards won't harass us if we try to come back in.
That's good thinking.
All right.
So yeah, the main neighborhood of Bone Row is kind of in the crook of the river. So you kind of travel southward, southwest, down along the side of the river, and eventually you come into the main portion of Bone Row. The buildings here are in terrible condition. Probably at one point in history, this was a lot better neighborhood. Probably during the war, it really fell into disrepair, and this is where people who couldn't rub 2 coins together ended up settling. It's fairly busy. They've got their own market here. None of the farmers from the Farmers Union sell down here, so it's all just garden variety stuff. Some person who can scrape together a little piece of dirt and defend it. They grow basics, tomatoes, peppers, stuff along those lines. But any real grocery, any real food items of substance, they'd have to leave Bone Row to actually get. So good quality foods, pricey and hard to come by down here. But yeah, you see people wandering the streets. You see kids playing here and there. Occasionally you see a seedy, shady looking figure maybe eyeballing you a little bit as you walk by. But
Why are you staring at us, Mornath?
I just assumed you meant him.
Hey, would any kind of lore let us know who the boss of this area is? I mean, I expect, I guess in
I
most
do have underground
burrows and birds. we have-
Underground.
Yeah, underground, if you don't have that, I would take society as well.
I'm also quite good at society.
That might tell you 2 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here is some Underworld.
Sure. 17. That's not bad. Let's see here.
Also 17.
So we get to know who's up at the top on the good side and who's at the bottom on the bad side.
That's
So-
right. We got two different perspectives.
The government here does pay the Glorious Hammer to act, really supplement the city guards. Most of the city guards, when the provisional government came in, they all got chased out for still being loyal to the previous regime. So they supplemented with the Glorious Hammer. Glorious Hammer is not paid to be down here. So Dan, that's kind of what Mornath, that would be your kind of society thing. There's no formal government here. No signs of guards. You do see what looks like plenty of paid, muscle here and there guarding certain stands or shops. With that underworld lore tied into it, you can see graffiti on the walls. Dan Sherbert would have probably heard this name before. There's a gang down here called the Boar Squad. And they're the ones that kind of run Bone Row. And you can see the graffiti. It looks like a boar's head with like X's over the eyes with two spears crossed behind it. And the spears are the big, like leaf-headed spears like you expect for like boar hunting.
I'll point out the graffiti and drop that. And also say, well, apparently they've defunded their police. And so the haves got their own like special police that they hire. But there's like no actual watch anymore over here.
Okay.
So clearly the police here are pigs now.
Yes, quite literally.
If the emblem is indicative, indicate if it indicates anything.
There we go.
There's crime here, and I'm not.
Well said,
okay
Be
with
Good.
that.
Well said.
Thank you. I pride myself on my diplomacy. Yes.
There's never
That's
been
great.
such Kerbiny Jim Jims.
Shall we speak with the patrons at the orphanage first, and then see if we can go from there? Or talk to this Boar Squad, get the lay of the land, maybe.
I suppose we may as well start at the source. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure if getting too friendly with the gangs will be advantageous or not.
Okay.
And maybe the enemies.
Yeah, so if you spend a little bit of time asking around for orphanages, there's a couple of them here in town.
Oh, that's really sad. There's a couple orphanages just in Bone Row. Like,
just
that's
in
all.
Bone Row. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like which one? Oh.
Asking
The one that's missing all the orphans. No, seriously, which one? Oh,
Oh.
Both are.
so
Having flashbacks.
yeah, well, if you ask around, you learn a couple things. There are a handful of orphanages. Some people speak really poorly of them. Other people speak, not so bad. The thing that they tend to point out is that the provisional government, the one form of, I don't know what you would call it, social programs, whatnot, that they do have is that people who take in orphans and run orphanages like this do get a small stipend per kid. So you get some of them where it's just kids packed in just so someone can get a paycheck. And there's other ones that legitimately do care about the kids and they try to do the best that they can for them. Asking around, you would eventually ask, about the one that's missing the kids. And they're like, oh, that one. You want to head to, let me make sure I tell you the right name. Brother Andrew's Home for Wayward Children. And they can point you out. It's over there.
It sounds like the children got lost and not the parents. It's a very odd name for an orphanage.
Yeah. Probably asking around. Probably another thing that you would pick up is that the majority of orphans that you get in Bone Row are orphans from the war. Kids who lost their parents one way or the other to the war, didn't have anywhere to go. City wouldn't take them in at the time, so they settled into Bone Row. And that's where you get a lot of these kids running around without homes or families. So,
Well, tough times in the neighborhood, it sounds like.
Yeah, I
Brother
feel like I
Andrews,
got
then.
taken.
How many children can Barbar adopt? Let's find out.
this Jeremy character might actually be willing to adopt orphans.
I mean,
Oh no.
probably. Like, I got taken in at the farm. I feel pretty lucky compared to these kids.
Yeah.
I had to work, but I got food. This looks terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want to head to Brother Andrew's home for wayward children?
Sure.
All right.
Seems
That's a
like the
mouthful, by the
reasonable
way.
thing to
It
do.
doesn't even spell barf.
It
It's
doesn't.
an acronym.
No, it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, it looks like it was an old temple. It's been very crudely fixed up. Not a large temple by any means. Think like modern, medium-sized church, I guess. I don't know the exact sizing, but it's got markings of it, religious markings. If someone wants to give me a religious test, I'm going to guess that's a skill.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I would get in on that if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think both the frontliners hit religion, which is sort
Nice.
of funny. You're way better at this than me.
Well, just this time.
This
Okay.
one, yeah, 22. So.
So the religious symbol is a bone bow. Like it's a long bow that's been made out of like deer antlers. And it's got a knocked arrow and it's pointing down towards the ground. It's the deity for Aristal, sometimes referred to as Old Deadeye. He follows up primarily on agriculture. Also has things, let's see, caring for your family, stuff like that. Domains of camps, plants, animals, farmers, hunters, ranchers.
Makes sense why Barbara would be familiar.
Yeah, his main edicts: care for your home and family, fulfill your duties, keep peace, protect the community.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I know Old Deadeye.
Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe at one point, previously it wasn't, because all of the symbols, it's been painted on. There's, wooden placards that look hand-carved that are hanging on it. But yeah, you're standing in front of this old temple, Brother Andrew's home for wayward children. Religious markings of Old Deadeye. So, what do you want to do?
Knock.
Okay.
Lead the way, Barbar.
Sure. Yeah, you give a knock. You hear a huffing and then a, hold on, I'll be right there. And eventually the front doors, these big double doors, swing open. And you see a relatively short human. Maybe he's hitting like 5'3", 5'4". Kind of heavy set, bald, wearing a typical, you'd expect, kind of like rough spun robe. He's got a holy symbol of Old Deadeye hanging around his neck. Oh, greetings. I wasn't expecting company today. How may I be of service?
Well, praise be to Old Deadeye and his service.
Praise be, yes.
We heard of some of the troubles with some children here, it sounds like.
Yes. Well, this is an orphanage, so it's quite sad that so many of these kids lost their parents during the war. Yeah, it's quite rough. We struggle day to day to make sure they're provided for, but I feel we do a good job.
Well, I'm sure you do. That's definitely the tragedy to begin with. But there was word that some were going missing?
Ah, yes, sadly, it's nothing but overblown rumors. I assure you, everything's on the up and up here. It's, once kids get a certain age, the sway of, the gangs here in town and, going out on their own. We do live by the tenets of Old Deadeye, and so I expect chores to be done, things to be tidy, everyone to be taken care of, and some chafe under that yoke. So we have had a good number of runaways, but I assure you it's nothing more sinister than that. Just, children who...
Is the other orphanage less strict? Because they don't seem to be having that problem.
Well, I don't know if they quite live by the religious tenets that I enforce, but maybe that's it. I don't know. I do know that if you're wanting to investigate orphanages that aren't on the up and up, I can point you at several that I tell you this, they are in it just for the handouts from the provisional government. And they care nothing for the children. It's quite sad, actually. I would be willing to take those children in. We have plenty of space here.
Maybe that's the racket. The other orphanages are poaching from this one so that they get those head counts.
Don't gotta do anything. Somebody needs
man.
money.
That's why you can't trust math.
A list of the kids that have gone missing, so if we do run across them in other orphanages...
Yes, I do. Everyone, if you would be interested, because this might be something you pick up on, you can give me whatever the equivalent of an insight test. Give me a perception test. We'll call it that. If anyone's interested.
There you are.
Would this be a opportunity to seek a hidden or undetected thing within 30 feet, or not that?
No, it's something he's doing, so it's not a hidden thing. Looks like Barbar's coming in strong.
Barbar always coming in strong.
Okay. So Barbar, when Mornath asked that question, you can see that he, like a look of worry, initially kind of comes across his face for a second, but then he kind of recovers like, oh, yes, I can get you that. That's not a problem at all. If you want to come in and have a seat while I go and get that for you, that'd be fine.
That's greatly appreciated. And so while he does, Barbara will share like, I'm not as sharp on this sort of thing as you guys, because that was a really good question, and maybe it's just me, but he looked a little uncomfortable that you asked him that question.
While he's out, I'm gonna go ahead and get Unseen Servant casted.
Okay, sure.
I do not trust this man.
Yeah.
And he was faced with accusations. He immediately tried to cast aspersions on other people. That is never a good shot.
Wait, you actually was going to give him the benefit of the doubt to begin with? He's obviously a crime lord. I mean, what else do you use orphans for?
Well, not everyone is a crime lord.
But
Something
old
else I
Deadeye,
can
like
do real quick if we want, guys, is I can use my familiar and share senses,
Wait,
so I can go and follow him and like listen and watch.
Okay, so you send out your familiar. Now, Barbar, on your 22 religious check earlier that you got, I think, was that for that? I think so.
yeah.
One thing that you're going to kind of notice as you're sitting here waiting, Sherbert's casting a spell, getting ready to send off a centipede. Looking around, you do see a lot of, kind of iconography for like Old Deadeye. It's not consistent. It's really shoddy and crude, almost haphazardly placed. Seems a little off for someone who
Not a
follows
true believer.
a deity that's all about duty and maintaining your home. And
It looks almost like somebody just picked up something at, what do you call it when people are just putting out their old stuff? Like, what would be the fancy version of a garage sale?
an alley sale? I don't know.
Yeah.
8 sale.
Yeah.
People still die.
Yeah. It just, if this guy is putting up that symbol under false pretenses. I'm gonna be really put out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of scooch away from Barbar just in case he does feel put out.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about these gods and everything. I don't particularly worship anyone myself, but don't you think he would have been smited by now? Smited?
Maybe that's why
If he
Barbar
was
is
doing
here.
something wrong. Oh,
Maybe
you might be the
Wow.
fist of a god, Barbar.
Whoa. I hope so. Man.
So
Something to work towards.
there you go. So, Dan, you sent off your centipede. What's your centipede's name again?
Let's make up a new name for it because I
Okay.
think we're making up a name every episode.
Okay, I think so. So what's the name?
Let's call him Little Jimmy today.
Little Jimmy. You sent off Little Jimmy. Hopefully he doesn't get rustled.
That's what I'm hoping.
Little Jimmy kind of scampers off, following behind him. Little Jimmy is small enough to kind of squeeze under.
I mean, it's like a centipede or something. I
Yeah,
think. So.
squeeze under a door, not a problem. So you're kind of watching through Little Jimmy's eyes. So you kind of go slack a little bit in your body.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
shut out.
Yeah. So Little Jimmy kind of watches, and you can see him. He goes up to a desk, starts rifling through, and eventually he finds a piece of paper. Oh, snap. Hey, thanks for those bits, Captain. That's going to be a banked reroll for everyone. So, yeah. He shuffles through his desk, lays out a sheet of paper, gets his quill and ink, starts writing on it. You can see he writes for just a few seconds, just a decent number of lines. He gets some sand and kind of throws some sand on it, shakes it off, kind of blows on it. Once, he kind of waves a little bit, trying to get that ink to dry. And then he turns to come back out to where you all are. And you all see, Little Jimmy follows behind and rejoins you. You see Brother Andrew come back out, like, sorry, it took me a minute to find it. I had tucked it away in a silly place, but I've got it here. And he hands it to you, Mornath. Here's all the children that have ran away here recently. There's about 12 names on it.
If I hadn't had time to relay what I saw, I can use message
Okay.
to tell Barbar, and what I'll do is, probably just kind of cover my mouth because it's you still have to move your mouth, but no sound comes out, and tell Barbar about our falsified list here.
Okay. So yeah, Barbar, you
And
get
from
shared
there,
that
maybe
information.
Tell some other people.
But yeah, Mornath, you're looking at this list of 12 names.
Okay. Anything stand out?
Just very generic names like Robert, Paul, Ringo,
Billy Bob.
Yeah, Billy Bob. Just
Yeah, that's
super generic, no kind of surname or anything. Just a list of first names.
I'll basically just
may
kinda
I ask
go
the
down
question of
list
the
and tell
brother?
each person
Yeah.
as time allows.
You have a question for me? Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, could we possibly speak with a couple of the children that are currently here? Sometimes the children talk amongst themselves. We might be able to glean information from one of them.
Yes, they're in the middle of chores, but that shouldn't be an issue. If you all would like to follow me, please, I'll gladly take you back to their quarters. And he turns and starts shuffling off. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Before he shuffles off, Barber will do his best to not completely lose his cool, but he will go ahead and he will visibly become angry, and he will raise up the axe and let it, because it does erupt in radiant holy flame. I want to make things very clear to you. You're not the only one that is a servant of God. If we have reason to believe that you are falsifying anything, there will be dire repercussions.
I would never. I'm a humble servant, just looking out for children. No need to get. Come, I'll show you the children. They're all fine.
Actually,
And thankfully he's wearing his brown robe today because he very quickly shuffles off towards the back.
Spiced it up a little bit.
And he takes you all back to a large room. You can see there's 5 beds set up in here. Kids, very half-ass sweeping. 5 kids, 5 beds. They all look kind of skittish when you come in. They're keeping their eyes down, focusing on what they're doing. Children, these kind guests, would I have a few words with you if you wouldn't mind? And they all on that, they all just go and they line up. Just a perfect row, all facing you.
Wow.
All of these kids look young, 5, 6 maybe at the most. Probably like ranging from like 4 to 7. We'll put it in that range. Still very young kids. Please, if you have questions for them, you go ahead. Would you like me to stay, or would you like me to just wait right outside?
I don't have a preference on this because I was probably just going to use message to ask them questions.
Perhaps you could give me a tour of the grounds while my compatriots speak with the little ones. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I'd be happy to walk you around. Yes.
Excellent.
I'll send.
I'll do
send
like
little
a
Jimmy.
knowing look to the group as I pass by.
Okay.
I'll send little Jimmy with you.
Okay. So yeah, before we talk to the kids, Puck, he walks you around very nervously, kind of showing you the different things. Here's our kitchen. Here's where we eat our meals. This and that. Nothing out of the ordinary. All of it's horrible shape, not well cleaned. You can see, he's very nervous. If you want to give me a perception test here.
Okay. All right.
12's not bad.
Man, I'm
Okay.
rolling crap today.
It's still middle of the road. You'll see that he keeps fiddling with something in his pocket, like he'll take his hands out, he'll show you something, but that left hand always goes right back in his pocket, and you can kind of tell just from the way he's got something in his hand that it keeps moving around, but he does his best to show you around the grounds while the questioning is taking on. Anything you're wanting to do specifically while he's giving you a tour?
Well, I'll take this opportunity to try to play good cop. So I'll be like, do not. If
You seem very nervous.
Well, you're
I am sure you have nothing to be nervous about. Barbar is just a very emotional young man. That's all.
he's emotional and quite terrifying when he comes at you like that. That was, I mean, I understand and I respect being passionate about helping kids, but that was a bit much. Yes.
Do not worry. Sometimes extreme positions must be there. I will make sure nothing will happen to you. He listens to me. We are good friends.
I appreciate that very much.
And if there's anything that you have left out, if there's anything that you are not telling us, even something that you might not think is consequential might actually be very important and useful to us. Now would be a very good time to do that. And I will be certain to tell Barbar that you have aided. And so that would likely go a long way into earning his confidence.
Okay, you've got me. I've got no choice but to confess now. I have been taking gifts from the Boar gang. Occasionally they have me store things in the back. I don't have anything here now, but in exchange they do provide food and clothes for the kids. I don't feel good about having to resort to working with such a shady and nefarious group, but these are hard times.
Pat him on the shoulder, and I'll just say, yes, the times are very difficult. Sometimes we must make difficult choices, strange bedfellows to get by. I'm sure. What might this have to do then with the missing children? Is it possible that you think the Boars might have done something with them?
They're just runaways. Maybe some of them joined the Boars. I mean, when they're here, they're certainly friendly towards the kids. They like to play around with them a little bit. I can see how that could, any affection in a situation. Hey there, Goblin Cave TV. Thanks for that raid. That's fantastic. But yeah, any affection, it goes a long way for children like these who've been, orphaned by the war.
Well, your honesty is very much appreciated. Belated though it might be, it is always a good decision to be honest.
Right.
I will make sure that the others know that you were just nervous and scared, but do not worry. Everything will be just fine.
Oh, thank you. And with that, we'll cut back to the four of you talking with these orphans. They're all still standing in a straight line, looking very, very nervous, refusing to make eye contact, not talking. What do you want to do?
Is it possible with that early religion check, maybe I know some sort of like prayer bear still, or maybe some game? I'm sure that if he's old Deadeye, maybe there's some sort of like bullseye style game associated with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You would know of that. It's definitely old Deadeye's definitely, we'll say, their religious game of choice is cornhole. Nothing like throwing beanbags at a slanted board.
There we go. The old cornhole.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to ask if these kids know how to cornhole.
Well, while you're thinking of that, Mornif will pull the silver that he's got out of his pouch. And he'll go sit on a bed near like one that's got a windowsill nearby.
Yeah.
Plunk down 1 silver coin, 2 silver coins, 3. And so like making them clack so the kids hear the sound of the coins.
There's
So I'll say, what's the racket? Has he got you guys pickpocketing, begging?
There's most of the kids, so there's 5 kids in here. 4 of them still just refuse to look away. You see one young boy keeps, every time it clinks, he does that quick dart and then back down, seeing the coins. Now, I will say, when you sat down on this bed, it is nothing but like just a flat piece of wood with a couple blankets over it. Like, no better than sleeping on the floor. But you sit down as hard as can be, start clicking your coins down.
Slept on rocks, Chuck. No compassion in these eyes.
Yeah.
I may use message to say, it's all right. You can talk to us. Because only he'll hear it.
Okay, so he's looking, he's refusing to talk, but he looks every time one of these coins clink down.
Look, nobody's going to get in trouble here. I mean, in all due respect, I look over to Barbar. Likely, we're going to end up killing the guy that's been, running this house.
And so between that and between Sherbert telling him like, hey, it's safe, what's going on? You see this little boy point at one of the beds. He doesn't lift his arm, just that hand down to his side. It closes into a fist, and he just with that one finger points at one of the beds.
I will go investigate the bed.
Sure, a perception test.
I'll say I got to 5 coins. I'll stack them and I'll just leave them on the windowsill there.
Okay. So, Beaker, you start looking around. You can see signs that this bed has been moved a lot. And yeah, so there's grooves in the wood. You can see where it gets slammed against the wall. There's some chips in the stone wall behind it. Not swept up. So this guy's push that, cleanliness and chores isn't really holding true. But you kind of look back at the kid after you kind of start noticing the scratches. And then he points like down.
Smuggling then. Smuggling.
I'll give the kid a thumbs up, and then I'll look to Barbara like, we need to move this bed quietly.
Just on a whim, I might also run detect magic while we're at it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Two, kids, we're gonna be busy for just a little bit. I'll set up a nice game of cornhole for you. There's got to be a better name than cornhole.
There's not.
Beanbag toss. I can use prestidigitation to make some beanbags.
There you go. You set up a
I can
game
set up
of-
a good game of bean tossing.
Or corn bag tossing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you set it up. Kids have no idea what to do with this.
You don't. Okay, I'm gonna move the bed. You toss the bags into the hole, and like, I'm gonna break this guy's face.
Like the young boy eventually
Keep it
kind of
cornhole.
gives in, and he takes a beanbag and just like overhand pitches it right at the board with a hole in it. It just goes flying off of it.
It's kind of more like an underhand thing.
Yeah.
So just each of you take turns with like 3 tries each. You see who gets the most, and if you get anybody that ties, then those two do another round, and you just that'll be how you practice for a little bit. Keep yourselves busy. It's a lot of fun.
So the boy, he seems a little more open to trying it. The others are really uncomfortable about all of this. But it's very obvious from how he's acting. He's never even seen this game played before. But
Even teach him the way of the cornhole.
so, Bar, I tell you what, since you're trying to move this quietly, I do want a stealth test.
Actually, I'll grab one end. Barbar can grab the other.
Okay, both of you roll
and
stealth for me, and we'll go with whoever rolls highest. Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, just for your information, I do have the Trap Finder feat now,
Okay.
which means even if I'm not looking, I still have a chance of finding a trap.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's
Just cause.
good to know. Okay. Hey, there's an Adam.
In theory, I'm quiet, but I never roll it well.
Yeah, that was stealth burn.
Actually, I can also roll for other people now too for stealth. I don't know if it
You
would
took
matter.
assurance?
Yeah.
Oh,
Took
wow.
nice.
I have
I thought about
assurance.
doing that too. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, if you want to roll it. Like I said, I was just going to take whoever rolled highest here.
That's horrible.
Still better than me with a fumble.
So,
You know what? We have a reroll.
We do
each,
have a banked
right? So
reroll,
You know
yeah.
what? Yeah.
I'll use my reroll.
all right. There we go. Okay. So,
we
yeah, the two of you carefully lift the bed up. Do that, waddle that you do when you're carrying a large piece of furniture sideways. Kind of set it down. And you can see there's a small kind of brass ring set in the floor that you would expect for a hatch.
I will check it out for traps, very specifically.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have to roll for that, or does your ability just let you?
Oh no, I still have to roll. It
Okay.
just allows me. I don't have to tell you that I'm searching. If there's a trap that I might trigger, there's a chance I will see it regardless
Okay.
of searching.
Cool.
But if I am searching, it gives me a bonus.
Nice.
Can you do a add bonus? Let's see. Okay, it's already in there. Cool. There you go.
Oh wow, yeah. We'll just carry this forward for the time being because that's a fantastic roll. Yeah, it opens up. You check it. Doesn't seem to be any kind of hidden devices, mechanisms, strings, any sorts tied to it. You feel confident it's not trapped. You open up this hatch and there's a ladder going kind of down into the darkness. And kind of looking down there from where you're at, it looks like some kind of old storeroom or something like that.
I'll hop down.
Okay. Down you go. Question for Puck. And I'll leave this part of the narrative entirely up to you. Would you want you and your buddy, brother Andrew there, to return while the party's in the middle of shimmying down this ladder, or would you want to hold off until they're all down there doing their thing?
So Dan, how are you like messaging me or anything like that with what's going on? Like that I wasn't sure how you were handling messaging because I know you said you
If you're
had the
within
familiar or something.
120 feet, I can message you.
Yeah, there's times you definitely cut in and out, so...
Alternatively, I could do something really strange with my familiar.
I'm curious to hear what this is.
I picked as 3 of the things it's doing. Manual dexterity, master's form, and speech. So it can look like me, use hands, and talk. So I can have it basically roam around and act like me.
Okay, so you look
Amazing.
down at little Jimmy, and you see Sherbert's face.
Well, no, I mean it like takes my shape and size and everything. Like I have
Oh.
it like go around a corner and then like transform into me and come
Okay.
around the corner.
Okay. So I guess still the question stands. Would you be...
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I would give them a suitable amount of time to question. So
I
at
mean,
least
if I
10,
knew-
15 minutes probably.
If I knew we were doing this, I'd probably go ahead and do
Sure.
that.
So yeah, you... all of a sudden, Puck, Sherbert steps around a corner. Sherbert, what does little Jimmy say?
Hey, I was actually just hoping you could show me around as well. Sorry, I know you already started the tour and you're gonna have to like do it again. But
I do I've work to get to, but I guess if it keeps me out of the room with Barbar for a little bit,
yeah,
Okay.
he's still a little. You might want to let that simmer a little bit yet.
Takes him about 15 to 20 minutes usually to calm down. I can go check if you would like to see if he is ready to be seen. And you could show.
oh, okay.
I mean, I know he's not ready just yet.
So Dan, the question is while you're doing this, where's your consciousness? Does this thing act independently of you?
It can act independently of me.
Okay, that's the...
I'm not sharing senses with it or anything.
Okay, so
so
it's-
I'm burning a lot of abilities for this.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, you two tag out. Moments later, Puck, you come into the room, and you can see halfway down a ladder into a hatch, you can see Mornath descending into darkness.
I will try to get his attention before he fully goes down there. And I will say I've managed to pry some additional information from our host. Apparently, he has admitted to working with the Boar Squad and storing some of their materials, their goods, things like that. He still has not admitted necessarily to anything with the children. It's possible that they have worked with the squad, but he has certainly admitted to wrongdoing. Also, Marnath, when you get a moment, if you could sneak into his left pocket, his left pocket, right?
Yeah.
You could just sneak into his left pocket. He kept fiddling with something, was very curious.
Gotcha. Look over the kid that was eyeing the coins. Has he retrieved the coins from the windowsill?
You look over, you didn't see it happen, but the coins are gone, and you can now see the kid firmly has his hand buried deep in his right pocket.
Okay. I'll flick a gold coin
Ooh.
at him, and I'll say, "Talk to Puck about your missing friends." And I'll go down.
He catches it. They just disappear in the night. I know he likes to say they ran away, but I'm pretty sure they all go down there. He gives us funny tasting water before we go to bed. And it puts everyone to sleep, but I haven't been drinking mine. I've been spitting it out when he wasn't looking. Pretty sure
It is smart of you.
they go down there. Pretty sure they go down there. We're not orphans from the war.
I beg your pardon.
all of us here, they don't like to talk because they're scared of him. But we all had parents, and like one night they just disappeared, and the next day in comes Brother Andrew saying that we were going to go live with him.
Wow, so it's quite a racket then. I may, while this is playing out, preemptively go ahead and hand my rope off to my unseen servant and have him like kind of like be up
What do you
in
mean?
case we need it.
Oh, just wait up there to toss a rope down just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I've been here for a couple weeks. I've seen the kids beforehand. You know, I think he takes them down there. Yeah.
Before we go wandering into the darkness, might we unleash Bar on our host and have him lead us into the darkness himself? So
I'm just taking a quick look. I don't expect to.
Do we?
Go ahead.
I'll follow your lead on if you think that's wise. I'm not sure I'm going to stay in his presence in a peaceable fashion. I think pretty much the next time I see him, I'm going to break his face. And I'm going to try very hard not to kill him.
So I just moved us over to this map because you said you wanted to just take a quick peek.
Yep.
Looks like a large storeroom. You can see a couple doors on the wall opposite.
Okay, so there's more. It's a complex and not just a single room,
Yeah.
like a root store. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I needed to know.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hop back up and say, yeah, it's there's probably labyrinth down there of some sort. This being an old church, I'm sure these are old bolt holes they used.
Perhaps we should deal with Brother Andrew first.
Yeah, these
And
could
then
stretch on for
investigate.
miles.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I know
agree
you want
with
to
you.
break his face, and I think that is a good idea. But perhaps we use him first to get as much as we can from what's down here. And then you break his face.
Yeah, I like that order of operations.
Okay, if there's a
I'm
chance.
sure breaking his arms would be just fine for now.
So
If
I fail
we
to see
think
why
there's
the
a
breaking
chance,
has to stop. I mean,
okay, because there's a chance that maybe there's other kids down there. Fine. Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Somebody else needs to stand next to him.
Of course, not a problem.
Well-
You'll be very focused, I think, on your anger, and perhaps Mornith can use that as an opportunity to scoop out whatever little trinket he is so keen on fidgeting with.
yeah, and like I said, we can always spring the rope on him, tie him up real quick, like too.
but let's not set them off to begin with. Let's move this bed back.
Okay.
Let's see what we can get out of him first.
Sure, yeah. So you close the hatch, set the bed back in place. The kids are out of, the starting positions that they were in.
We might
snap.
want to set them back. Oh, what?
Yeah, any of you kids that are not accustomed to bloodshed might want to go find some work outside of this room.
And I'll probably hide under a bed since I'm technically walking around with him already.
Okay. Dan, give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
And hey, the actual archives of Nethys have stopped in to grace us with their
Ooh.
presence. It's a fantastic tool that I use very regularly for this game. It's super
is
duper
awesome.
handy.
I was just looking up how to spell Grotus on that very site.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can't deny I have it open now to look at my familiar
Yeah.
abilities. Oh, look at that.
Okay. So
23 for stealth.
you rolled 23 for stealth. That's amazing. So give me the plan again. What are you all... Did you line the kids back up? You got the bed in place, of course. Are you calling him back in?
Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and have my familiar bring him back around. So
Okay. Sure. Few moments later, let's give the stream it says my conditions. My bit rate's going all over the place.
you'll notice a slightly shoddier version of myself shows up.
Yeah. So I got distracted again. I'm easily distracted.
The lower bitrate dance shows up.
Yeah, the lower bitrate Dan shows up. So you all asked him to come back in? Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So a few moments later, low bitrate Dan comes
As
back
soon
in.
as he walks in, I'm
Yeah.
going to come forward and big smile on my face and go, Father, you've done a great job. You're truly doing a God's work here. I go in to embrace him and I pick his pocket.
Oh yeah, give me that thieving test. Captain Karayan, thanks for those 500 bits. I think that's an extra hero point thing. I've names.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Truly a Lord's
yeah.
work going on here.
So yeah, as you slip your hand into that pocket, there's only one thing in it. Feels like a I don't know what I forgot to pronounce correctly, but I regret it. Or pronounce incorrectly. Slip your hand into that pocket. Pull it out. You got it. Feels like it. Small glass vial with a cork stopper. What are you doing? You want to try and take a peek at?
I just slip it into one of my
Cool.
mini pockets for right now.
This was not the greetings that I was expecting.
Oh, the children just had the highest praise for you. The highest praise, really.
Oh,
And then
really?
I kind of push him into the room to face Barbar.
Barbar, I don't know what I said to offend you earlier, but I swear,
Don't talk to me.
yes, sir.
Why don't you have a seat, brother?
Right over there. Have a seat right over there.
Go ahead and have a seat.
He goes to
Children, come along. I'll teach you how to play that beanbag toss game. Come on. And I will usher them out of the room.
He
Partly for their sake, mostly for mine.
he goes to sit down, yeah, as directed. But Puck, you can see, and Mornath, you would also see this as well. That hand goes into his pocket, and you can see just dread panic creep across his face. And you can even see like that frantic pocket check going on. Seems like
So what is this anyway? And I'll just pull it out.
That's just my heart medicine. I've got a weak heart.
Oh, that is such a shame. Brother Andrew, I believe it's time for you to unveil the entire story for us. We've been getting chapters left and right. My friend Barbar is a very impatient person, and it is all I can do to keep him from breaking your face. So if you would like to keep it in proper working order, now would be the time to just let everything out now. All secrets, everything.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've told you my secret. I work with the Boar Squad and I hide their stuff in the back room.
Yes, but you did not tell me that you put something in the drinks for children before they go to sleep, and then they disappear in the night. You seem to have left that very crucial detail out of your story.
I've never. Okay, I've got. Can I have my medicine, please?
I'm gonna look at it real quick. What does it look like? It's a vial.
A small corked vial, a strange looking brown liquid with threads of like green into it. Looks rather unpleasant, but you know.
Is it magical? I have that as an innate.
Yes, it would have some magical.
Alchemy does not actually count as magic in Pathfinder.
I did not know that. So no, it does not come across as magical.
Okay. Oh, let's just see what our resident alchemist has to say. This is first. Hey, Beaker. I'll just leave the room. And, what is this?
So yeah, Beaker, if you come back in, take a look. I need you to give me your corresponding alchemy roll.
Oh, let me see here. I think
While he's looking at it, I'd look at the children and that kind of stage whisper. He's about to die real soon. Does anybody actually want to see this?
Little boy creeps up.
Stay back just a little bit.
He's
The
kind
fun
of
The thin
kid comes
barbar
along.
sensibilities, but yeah,
He's-
get a good look.
Jake.
I use my
toss him
alchemical
what's here.
savant skill to identify alchemy.
It's some kind of mutagenic alchemical elixir. Drinking this would probably some form of effect of like you would think like along the lines of like a polymorph, but you're not entirely sure of 100% of the effects. Something like this would be a temporary shift. Yeah.
Well, if he drank this, he would become dangerous, I believe.
I'll take
That's
this
what
time
actually
to
would
put
do his heart good, I
manacles on him.
suppose. Barbar, he's not completely lying. I mean, it would probably help his heart, but it probably would also turn him into some kind of battle beastie.
You
Yes.
know, it's great.
Barbar,
I'm
would
actually
you like to try it?
So, what is that in our new scale, Barbar? Half lying? Is that just a broken arm, or was that a leg? I don't remember.
Also, thanks for those bits, Captain. That's another banked reroll for us.
You know, I'm just afraid the man's got heart palpitations. I think maybe I should give him a good pounding in the chest.
That's,
Would you like
Chest
that, brother
massage.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Would you like him to pound you in the chest?
No. Listen, I mean, I'm just a low-level member. I'm just here to get kids.
For what reason?
Experiments.
By who?
There's there better be a goddamn good reason that you're gonna show us something down there, or I'm murdering you right the fuck now.
I take out some jerky, take a bite, hand the rest of the kid, my eyes wide. Oh, it's going to be good. This is going to be good.
I don't.
Is there something you can show us down there? Yes or no? Or is it worth keeping you alive?
You're gonna see stuff if you go down there, but I don't want to show you because you're just gonna kill me.
Well, we're going down either way.
All right.
I
Well,
will-
you've blasphemed to a god. I'm going to give you a chance to pray right now. That's it. That's all I'm giving you. I'll give you the chance to pray before I kill you.
As I say, if you cooperate with us, maybe we can turn you in. But if you don't,
No, fuck you.
Ours.
You experimented on kids. You can pray. That's what you get.
He starts going through some mantras. Definitely not to old Deadeye.
All right, then I'll go ahead and just get into it.
You would
does anybody know what he's praying to? Just
That's sure. Actually, would I be able to
Yeah.
tell with religion, maybe?
yeah, give me a religion test. Anyone who wants to, give me a religious test.
Yeah, I'll get in that.
Yeah, Captain, the auto mod they've ramped it up here recently. God, Jeff, it is not your night.
I can't roll a double digit. Like, ugh.
Barbar coming in high again.
oh my gosh.
You hear references to the Mother of
Reroll.
Monsters,
I'm carrying
Mm.
Orion. I gotta get it right one of these days.
Corian. Oh, there's another banked reroll.
Yeah.
Which would very much tie to Lamish
Yeah.
2, the symbol that you found on the monsters in the market.
Oh boy.
Remember I said I'd let you pray to your god? I lied. Fuck your mother.
Give me a roll, man. I'm presuming
All right.
you're in a hardcore rage right now.
Yes, that's definitely
He's-
enraged.
He's distracted with the praying, so I'm gonna give him a little knockback on his AC.
All right, let me try it here.
That's
Oh my god.
well into
My
crit
goodness.
range.
That was
Excellent.
that was
That
all
feels
but
very
nat
appropriate.
20.
Yep, give me that crit damage.
18
off
radiant
the base.
damage. Or
Radiant.
positive.
What are you working with? Slashing?
Yeah, it's well, basically the slashing gets replaced by its positive energy damage or radiant damage, basically.
Okay. Yeah, the card that I drew. Okay, give me that damage one more time.
Again,
Yeah, just regular damage, not crit damage.
regular damage. Okay, 16 more.
Okay.
My goodness.
And then he needs to make a fortitude save. He does make the fortitude save. So the crit was triple damage, and if they don't pass a fort save, they die instantly. Doesn't matter because
anyways.
yeah, I'm not doing math. He only had like 20 some hit points.
I got like 48 points of damage, I think.
I use this as a teachable moment, Chuck. I'll kneel down so that I'm at the level of this kid, wrap her arm around him,
Oh, never mind.
and I'll say,
Multiple rolls.
now take this to be a lesson, kid. You do what you need to do to survive, but you never screw with kids or gods. Got that?
I got
Good.
that. That's serious. But yeah, tell me what happens with this holy smite that you just laid down. How does the death go down?
Like, was he wearing like a necklace of Aristotle, correct?
Yeah, old Deadeye, yeah.
It's a clean, just that perfect triple crit is somehow like it cleanly cuts exactly where that necklace of Aristotle was, so it can fall off and Barbara will just catch it.
You absolutely
You don't
do.
deserve this.
You now have that holy symbol. He collapses to the ground. Absolutely dead.
I'm
I'll
sorry,
use
I could.
prestidigitation to tidy this up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
I think I might actually do need a minute, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe the kids will put like a full ass into cleaning now. You know,
Nah, I mean, kids don't need this.
How about,
Yeah, that is-
how
that
about
is
you
one
take
thing.
This
low
kid.
resolution Jimmy to take these kids back to that lovely orc guard that we met earlier today.
Dan,
Sorry, I was distracted by chat. One more time.
that's fine. Jake has asked if low res Jimmy can take these kids back to the orc guard that Beaker bribed earlier, or not bribed, but tipped.
Yeah. Now I can come out of hiding and like high five low resolution me, and then send him on his way with kids.
Okay.
That way they can just be really confused when there's.
Yeah, they are. The boys just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Got to try and impress them a little bit.
So are you just sending the kids to the guard, like take care of these kids or hold on to them for us, or?
Yeah.
Send them to the Temple of the First Vault.
Okay.
Yeah, Father Duncan.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Dan, you'll be without your familiar for a while because of this, but it's definitely something that can happen. So
Okay, that's fine. It can still talk and everything. So,
okay. Yeah.
and I still have my unseen servant. So,
There you
It's
go.
a crazy ability.
yeah, it takes pretty much almost all of my slots for the day to do it because I'm using independent action, master form, speech, and manual dexterity for it.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Still, though, amazing use of it.
Kids are situated.
Perhaps in the future we situate the kids before we murder someone.
That's a good point.
We're workshopping it, you know. This is
I'm
a new
sorry.
thing.
I just-
No, it's understandable.
like without any humor at all, I think those kids needed to know that someone would help them.
What is it you think we are doing right now? What did you think putting him in manacles and taking him to the guard? What these are? This is us helping him, but the sight, the visceral sight of cutting this man down in front of
and
him,
these
that will
things,
have
you know,
long-lasting effects.
Aren't necessarily orphans either, he said.
Yeah,
They're
they're not
material
orphans, yeah.
witnesses to a crime.
That's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're
The orphans
It might be
now.
orphans now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we don't know. Maybe the families got experimented on too, and
I
we'll
mean,
find the
maybe the
monstrous
parents
things
are
they become
monsters.
down there.
Okay, so you all head downstairs.
I
Regrettably,
think it's time.
Yeah, just if basically like Barbara did sit down and ask if he could have like just a minute, but then he'll get back up and
Ready to go?
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we're on the map. You all move down this ladder. Let's see if I got some music that fits a little better. Some spooky sewer music will be coming up. All right. You're down the ladder. Looks like a old storeroom. Everything's covered in thick dust, cobwebs. From where you're at, I don't know if the light's allowing you, but there are 3 doors on the wall kind of opposite where you come down. One towards the west, straight ahead of you, and one towards the east. What do you want to do?
I do still want to keep detect magic rolling just
Okay.
in case, because I remember that the monsters came up as magical.
Yeah.
So it may be a means to early warn ourselves, just if there's any of them around here.
Are these actual crates here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know what's in the crates.
Oh man.
And are they the same like nondescript crates that we encountered earlier?
They're not. But looking around through these crates, you kind of pop some open. You look, some of them are full of what looks like maybe old medical supplies. You do find these 2 crates by the door that are just stuffed full with children's clothes. Old, ratty, some of them have blood stains.
You said there's 3 doors? Is that
3
right?
doors, yeah.
Are there any is there any like worn like on the carpet or on the that suggests like where the heavy traffic is, any of the doors?
So yes, I'll give it to you. It's going to be obvious. You're not under immediate duress. So of the 3 doors, the center door and the east door look like they get the most traffic directly to it. And then also traffic going between them. But the west door doesn't look like it gets as much action.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go up to the center door and just listen, see if I hear anything through the door.
Which one?
The center one.
The top
Sure.
one here.
Just give me a perception test there.
What single digit number might I roll this time?
I'm thinking
I'm
7.
guessing an 8.
3? Whatever you think.
25.
Oh.
There you go. Silent. The occasional drip.
There does not appear to be anyone active inside. I hear water.
And if you want to carry that perception towards checking out any of the other doors, we can do that, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. And would you say we checked these other crates then?
Yeah, I'll say you went through all the crates.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, same thing.
the map.
The west door, dead silent. And the east door, also silent.
I think we just pick one of these and go in. I cannot hear anything of significance. The middle door might have running water, but the other 2 I do not. We should be ready, though. We don't know if there's anything down here. If that mutagenic potion is some sort of indication of the type of experiments that are happening down here.
Yeah.
We should be ready for anything.
He was praying to Lamashtu, that mother of monsters. I don't remember if I said that earlier or not, but just, yeah.
Are all the doors locked or have locks?
All 3 of them have locks. If you were to try to turn one of the knobs on them, none of them are locked.
Okay.
Barbar, shall we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shortest distance.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dark down here, right? Most of
is.
us can see in the dark, though.
Yeah. So yeah, if you do need
Yep.
light assistance, you'll have to come up with something for that because it is dark down here. Just the little bit
Puck,
of.
why don't you let me scout it out real quick
Dead.
while we sort out some light for Barbar?
Okay.
Oh, I can see in the
That's
dark.
like
You
torture.
can
Oh,
see
you
just
can't.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Beaker then that can't? Like there's one or two of us that can't?
I
Or
mean,
can we
low
all-
light vision doesn't necessarily mean
And
dark vision,
Yeah.
which is what I
Mhm.
have.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got low light. I've got torches.
Okay. I will say that Bert, you rolled really good on that trap check earlier, so it'll carry through. You searched the door, center door. It's fine. Nothing nefarious on it.
Okay.
Weapons
I will
out.
Open the
by the way.
door and I will creep forward, trying to
Sure.
be as quiet as possible.
Door opens. As you move in, you can see there's some piles of hay in one corner, some heavy burlap sacks piled in the other, and you can see 4 cages. One round cage kind of standing off on its own, and then 3 cages along the back wall. The center cave does seem to have someone in it, and there's blood seeping out from the bottom of the cage.
Oh my.
Okay. Is the person in it moving or not moving?
Not moving. Telling the stench and the flies swarming around it, they're definitely dead.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step in and kind of hug the wall this way
Okay.
and just kind of check things out.
Yeah. Moving around. I mean, you don't find any signs of traps or anything. It does look like all of the cages, at least looking across the room, they all have padlocks on them.
All right.
Well,
I will call everyone in then if you said.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. You still got that great trap roll. So you would, as you kind of move by the bags, they all got just this rancid stench coming off of it. One of the bags is split open and it looks like it's just old, moldy, rotten grain spilling out of it. As you all kind of move in, your lights kind of illuminate the body in the cage, and it looks like, young kid, maybe 12. You don't know if, what would have been the cause of death, but he died and bled out in here.
That's,
Kids,
is
we
it
should
possible to tell how he died? Like, was he like?
Someone would have to get that cage open, and then someone would have to inspect the body.
I don't. Surprisingly enough, I don't think I'm good at that. I do have thievery. I can try and get it open.
If you want to. I think, Bert, that might be in your wheelhouse as well. Is
Mhm.
picking locks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over and just pick the lock.
Yeah. It's old, basic lock, so it's not going to be real tough. Oh, you knock it out of the park. Yeah. You just give it a hard shake and a quick turn of one of your picks, and it just pops right open.
Just rake it.
Yeah. You take the lock out, door swings open easy. Someone could then go in and give me a test to see what might have been the cause of death. That would be a medicine test.
I'm okay at medicine. There might be somebody else.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like I'm a detective, but I don't have medicine. So
I can because
I need to pick
which
that up.
feat is it?
I have medicine.
Hmm.
Okay.
I can check the body over.
All right. Mornath, you want to give it?
Sure.
Not great.
We got some re-rolls though.
Yeah,
I
we got a
Could I give it a shot?
sure
Yeah, go
thing.
ahead.
Yeah.
All
'Cause
right,
you
I've
got
got
some-
the chirurgeon, so I can use crafting in place of medicine.
Wow,
Nice.
Very nice.
that's cool.
So yeah, I can just pour some chemicals on the body and see how they react.
Okay. Yeah, kind of inspecting the kid. He has been split open on the torso and then sewed back up. And it looks like there's signs of infection, and some of those stitches must have split and he bled out from that.
I'm not detecting anything magical
No.
from him.
No.
Okay. It sounds like they put something in them, maybe, or something like that, or took something
Jake?
out.
If you want to give me another one of those
Yeah.
tests, you can split them open.
Yeah, I'll take a dagger and try to gently pull him apart there.
Okay. You want to give me
Efficiencies.
that test again? Oh, yeah.
Better this time.
You very carefully slide them open. Unlike what Nethys there calls out, there's no silverfish, but, flies and maggots are inside. Looks like he's gone through some very extensive surgery. And as you're kind of inspecting things, like organs aren't quite in the right spot, they're not quite in the right proportions. And you can see that it looks like almost every organ in this kid had been replaced. And not all of the organs look human. Or the right, ancestry. There's different kind of animals. I mean, you can't, it's hard to tell, but you can definitely tell, someone took the original parts out and put in, knockoff replacement parts.
Seems the Boar Squad has been harvesting organs and transplanting them using these individuals. And I will use prestidigitation to clean my dagger before putting it away.
Okay.
I will say, for what it's worth, that's assuming he's telling the truth about the Boar Squad.
It's true.
Before I convince myself to go kill all of them, I need to remind myself of that.
Let us expect the other rooms. Perhaps there is more information that we might learn. The one to the east also saw heavy traffic.
Hmm.
Okay. You'll go check that one out?
Before we leave the room,
Yeah.
I would like to check to see if there are any secret panels.
Okay.
Hidden, things in the floor, whatever.
I think that is what, base off perception?
I don't know.
Okay. Give me a perception test. You look around. You feel decently confident that there's nothing hidden. Solid stone walls. The kind of stonework floor seems to be in pretty solid shape. So you're thinking no, but, it's always room for surprise.
I will scout the east door then.
Okay. We'll still
Check
carry
it
over
real
your
quick. Yeah.
earlier test, and it's safe as well.
Okay. And I just moved myself into the blackness.
Where did you go?
There I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, as you check this door out,
Oh, it won't let me go through the door.
You have
which
to
door?
have vision kind of through the door and then go to a slot you
Yeah,
can
move-
see on the other side.
Move over to where I just was.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
As you move into this room doesn't have anything in it, but the back wall has been busted out. You can still see the rubble on the ground around it, and a crude tunnel has been dug back. Kind of large, enough that you could walk through it comfortably.
Hmm.
Okay.
If this is going to take us out of here, do we want to look at whatever's in the west room first?
Yeah. I think we should.
That's a good call.
So yeah, when you make it over to that west room, Mornath, same thing, your checks carry through. Door's not trapped, it's not locked. You open it up. This is set up as a room, living quarters of some kind. You can see the exact same kind of beds as what you saw upstairs. More of these crates. None of them match what you saw in the market. But 3 beds, and you can actually see a couple of children's toys lying around the room.
Take a look at the door. If I were to lock it from the outside, could it be unlocked from the inside? I'm thinking
No.
this might be a cell.
It could not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got like a crude flap of metal affixed. That way they couldn't work the lock from the inside.
Okay. Maybe check the crates and then just double check the beds you know, top to bottom underneath.
The crates, nothing of excitement in there. Just kind of standard trade goods you would expect for an old temple, but nothing worthwhile. Maybe old vestments of
In,
old one-eye.
incense and things like that.
But it's all really old, deteriorated with age. Yeah. Okay. You want to head back to that far room. There's that tunnel dug through the back wall.
You know, something I just thought about while we're moving through here is we didn't actually search that priest for anything, did we, after we killed him?
No.
I might just run back upstairs real quick and search him over just to make sure there isn't anything of note on his person, keys.
You know,
Mm.
actually, it's probably not a bad idea to lock up too while you're up there.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
drop the bar inside the door if there is one. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all, those of you who shimmy back up, you do. You search the priest. Nothing on him. Nothing exciting by any means. You know, maybe a few silver coins. Nothing really on him. It looks like the big thing of note that he was carrying was that vial.
Okay.
But you can also spend a few minutes. You bar the doors. Any doors that don't look real strong, you can, barricade with,
Beds.
furniture, beds, whatever. Okay. And then back down you go.
Yeah.
Tunnel
so.
is calling.
The tunnel is calling.
So, yeah. Who's going first?
Got it.
unless anyone objects, let me go forward enough so that I'm just barely got enough light to see by. I just noticed that I also only have low light too, which is a different thing for elves and this. And let me just stealth ahead
Sure,
and just check things out, scout.
yeah. Give me that stealth test.
Okay, here we go. It's thievery, I take it, or is stealth its own? Stealth is its own thing.
stealth
Never
is
mind.
Stealth has its own.
Okay. Try that again.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you can move ahead, and you stayed far enough ahead that you've got a little bit of light to work with, but not not so far, or not hanging back close enough. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So if that area is lit,
Yes, it
as it
is.
appears to be,
Yes, it is.
I will stop them from coming forward so that their light doesn't
Okay.
give us
Yeah.
away, and let them know, hey, coming up to a big open area that's lit up.
I will extinguish my torch
Okay.
since it's
And
lit.
I'll continue in.
You move in, and you see it's a large, looks like they constructed a wooden room underground. You can see that there are sconces, torches along the walls. You can see they've got stuffed, taxidermied heads of creatures hanging on the walls here and there. But at the far end, you see an altar, a large, monstrous statue, and kneeling in front of it is a hooded man. Looks like it might be in prayer. Maybe a couple feet behind him, actually 4 or 5 feet behind him, you can see that the wood there is stained red.
If we want,
I'm going
I
to whisper out loudly, Mornath, pick his pockets, and I'll shake the vial of mutagen.
I'll try. I'll try to stealth in there and pick his pocket.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can always try and have my unseen servant drop a rope on him too.
Let's do both.
And actually, I can make this even more stupid if we want, because I have invisible item.
You can turn
make
the rope invisible. Okay.
Turn the rope invisible.
That's
And then-
amazing.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
have
just
to
a bag of
have?
gimmicks.
Do you have to have sight on the rope to cast rope trick on it?
Let me double check. that.
But Bert, moving into this different kind of terrain.
Recheck?
Yeah, I want to recheck on
Yep.
that stealth roll.
Yeah, not a problem. Makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I'll keep it. I mean, we've got rerolls, but that's not horrible.
It doesn't say that I need to see it. It just says I give it commands.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you turn your rope invisible, and you have your invisible servant standing next to him with a coil of rope in hand, invisible rope. Now, I gotta say, Mornath, as you're sneaking across, you get about halfway, and the floor creaks just ever so slightly. And he spins around, and he sees you standing in the middle of the floor. And immediately you can see he starts going for his pocket.
animate rope.
You cast Animate Rope. What does it do?
I'm gonna use it to bind.
Okay.
So let me. I think I can just put the. So I attack against their reflex. So let me click up for a spell attack here. Oh no! I might
got
reroll
rerolls.
that if that's
Got
okay.
a reroll in there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's invisible rope. You deserve a reroll.
There we
22.
go.
All right, he has to make a reflex.
Let me take that out of our inventory here. Oh, it just got rebought. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic, Captain. Wow. That, oh, that is actually, I forgot to do something. That's actually a 16.
Still not enough.
Still a fail.
Well, noticing, the pocket he was reaching for, I'm going to dash across the floor and just rip that pocket off.
Okay. I'll tell you what I would like to do. Right now, we're going to move into initiative.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I'll just get everyone added to the track. Whose token am I missing? Oh, Mornath, I'm missing your token.
It's on there.
You're way down. There you are. You're,
Oh, I grabbed the wrong token.
Oh.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah.
All right. Let's throw that into the initiative track.
Sure. 25.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, I accidentally rolled twice. My apologies.
Okay. So what should your initiative be, Jake?
Well, the first roll was 20, the second 9.
Oh, we'll go with the first roll. All right, Sherbert.
All right. Since I've basically used up 100% of my spells for the day already, I'm just gonna come up a little ways. I don't only need to be within 60 feet of him. So let me measure that out. I can do it from, just kind of come like over here. Oop, wrong tool. Kind of move into the room a little bit for an action. And then I will go ahead and drop Electric Arc on him.
Sure.
So a DC 18 reflex save for it.
And he is bound.
By an invisible rope. I hope
Yeah.
that makes it harder for him to get out of it.
It is. He's got some stuff going on. Oops. So I'm just going to roll it like this. Okay, that would actually be a 12 for him.
All right. Then I still get this. For what? An entire 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. You moved. You cast a spell. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Bigger.
Let me check the range on 50 feet. All right, good. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay. I will move to that position right there,
Okay.
and I will throw a sling bullet at him.
Sure thing. Go ahead.
Ugh.
Well, luckily he's bound, so that will hit.
Oh, excellent.
So give me that damage. 3 damage. Okay, you moved.
I will take a second attack then.
I think I just dealt that damage to everyone.
Whoops.
I'll heal that
Previous
damage
one
back.
too. We all took 6 damage earlier as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
That's nuts.
What happened?
Hurting everyone.
Oh, oops.
I was worried for a second there was some like weird like altar magic going on or something.
No, I just had all the tokens selected. Okay, I've got that damage applied to the correct person now. Anything else, Jake?
Hooray. Second slingshot here.
That is still a
There we
hit.
go. 4 damage.
And I've got it applied to just the one person. Anything else?
Nope, that's everything.
Mornath, you going for that vial?
I am.
Sure. He's bound. I just want you to give me a thievery test. And I'm going to have him roll a reflex. He's going to take a big penalty to this. Yeah. Yeah, you reach into the pocket and you pull out another one of these vials.
Yep. And then if I've got any movement left, I'll back away so I'm not like in the area of
Sure,
anyone
yeah.
else doing stuff to him.
Yeah, you moved up. You did your thing. Took a few steps back. The turn then passes to Puck Puck.
All right. So he's 65 feet away. Okay. Like I can't get to him. So I'm just going to draw the bow then.
Yeah.
And just fire from the bow, I think.
Okay.
So I should be able to just do 3. Actually, I'll just do 3 shots. That's fine.
Sure.
So 3 quick shots.
Oh, yeah. That's a
20
hit.
on the first, 21 on the
That's
second,
Also a hit.
and 3 on the third.
2 hits. None of them move into crit territory. So,
And a total of 6 damage on the first 2.
okay. How's he
There we
doing?
go.
Oh, he's looking rough. It is his turn. So, Mornath, you're the closest. He's not fighting against this binding.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching, and he's doing something with his mouth, but his mouth is closed. And all of a sudden, you hear a crunch, and you see foam start coming out of his mouth. And then the turn passes to Barbar.
See, so he's pretty far away. What, he's like 65 or something, correct?
From you, he is 65 feet.
Yeah, so there's even with a double move, I can't quite reach him.
Yeah, that's why I pulled the bow out.
So I'll move forward 50 as much as I can do in 2 movements.
Yep.
And then I'll fling a hatchet at him.
Sure thing.
Try and measure out how much 50 spaces are. Sorry, my screen's been a little funky on
That's
me.
fine. If you want to move 50 forward, that would take you right here.
Perfect. I'll get there. I'm not gonna be able to do it, but so I'll chuck I'm sure that he's doing something sneaky, but I don't care. I just
Okay.
want to put a hatchet in him.
Sure, throw it. 24 is a hit, man. That is actually the threshold to get you to a crit.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I apologize. Should I hold off on rolling critical damage until after you've drawn the card?
Let me take a look at the card.
I did that earlier. I got too excited.
This will be you're gonna knock him flat on the ground. So give me your regular damage or your crit damage.
Okay.
Oh, you kill him.
10. And then an extra. Yeah, it wasn't matter. There'd be a little bit extra on there, but
Okay, yeah, he's dead. As your hatchet just
feeling-
plants firmly in his face as he falls backwards.
Man, imagine he was probably dying anyways.
Yeah. I don't think Barbar cared. I think he
Don't let
just
him
wanted
have
to
the
put a hatchet in
dignity
his
of
face.
going on his own choice.
No, you don't get to take your life. I take your life.
I would have, if I had had another turn, I would have run up to him and then tried to treat his poison so that he could have a bonus to a saving throw
I was
against
kind
it.
of wondering
That's hilarious.
when I
And
was
then have Barbar kill him.
yeah, when I was that is a thought that crossed my mind when I was setting this dude up earlier. Like, if he does have to take this tooth, I wonder if Jake's gonna stop it. But, okay. He's laying there dead, blood seeping out of his face. Now what?
Well, I didn't get to learn any information from him, which I was hoping we might be able to. But, oh well.
That's a good point. I wasn't really thinking about questioning. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, knowing who he worked for or something like that, maybe we can find something on him.
Let's not be hasty. Sometimes dead bodies do tell tales. Let's go check him out. I'm choking.
Uh-oh. So what's going on?
Check out what's on him. He was also praying to an altar, it looks like.
Yeah. Big, monstrous.
I check for magic in the room.
The altar has this funky aura of evil magic, kind of like transmutational magic to it.
I can always read an aura on it if we want.
Okay. I think I kind of gave it away, but you're going to get
Yeah.
the same thing.
And then just rifle through his stuff.
Give me just a second. I'm adjusting something on the stream.
There
we
it
go.
is. I was thinking about doing that myself.
This dude has a scroll, a letter curled up in his pocket. And I will just show it to all of you. It says, "The test in the market will commence this week. Use the protest as cover to set up and to provide the most bodies to test our darlings out against." Brother Michael, that should be Andrew. No, yeah, that should be Andrew. I changed his name a while ago. Anyway,
Andrew Michael.
brother,
Michael's his last name.
yeah, Andrew Michael is gathering more raw material for our next batch. Wait for further instructions. The Mother of Monsters smiles down upon our holy work. Sister Aberrance, Blade Abhorrent. And then it's got the stamp of Lamish 2 onto it.
Someone's gonna get next to the head. Could be you. Could be you.
Do we know the name Sister Aberrance?
Probably not right off the bat. Dan, if you wanted to roll your underground test, there's a chance it's going to be a real high DC.
Okay. I mean,
Is that a huge pool of blood on the floor?
Yes, it's all blood-stained wood.
Okay.
Usually blood stains like that in front of an altar is definitely sacrificial in some kind.
Somebody just kept slipping and cutting themselves in the same
that's it.
place over.
It's actually a very small pool, but they got up and fell, got up and fell, and just kind of grew over time.
It's just someone wasn't respecting scissor safety.
This is really just like a very unfortunate coincidence.
Yeah.
All this
Oh,
evidence.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna opt to try that one more
Yeah,
time.
we got rerolls. Go for it.
Yeah.
Two
Please
is
do.
incredibly low. Oh my gosh.
No, you don't. Okay. So,
Now, I mean, Bert's got it too. We both have underworld lore.
Underworld. Yeah, I do have it actually.
yeah,
so
if you want to.
I guess let me give it a shot.
I got the bad rolls out of the way.
Oh,
Hopefully.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, Steve.
I was going for a 22 and you hit 23.
I'm a cultist, actually. Wait, no.
Some dark circles you would have heard before the war. There was a priestess who served in the old king's court that went by the name of Lady Aberrance. And, she was more of a, urban legend than a confirmation, but you've heard the name in that kind of situation.
Okay.
Potentially real, or someone using the name, to take advantage of the rumors.
And with that, we have hit time.
Oh my.
So,
Indeed
what are you all looking to do next session?
Boy,
This.
And do we keep going with this, or do we go to Francis?
I'm half tempted to stake out the orphanage and see if some more people come.
Because this room doesn't make sense to me. There must be another way in or out, because he doesn't have a quarter here. The only quarter we saw was likely a prison pen for the children. And unless he's coming and going underneath that bed, which seems unlikely, there's another way in here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my take too. Is I don't think he'd be coming and going from up top necessarily.
Maybe around the altar area. We haven't searched the place and such yet, but there's got to be another entrance.
Yeah. I would say to some extent, Barbara would almost propose we might want to keep eyes on this place, like you said, stake it out not just for the people that come, but also to make sure that Brighthammer or some other affiliation that saw the stuff the Lamashtu in the city square can come here, verify everything, have it be witnessed, so that we're not just like the nut jobs chasing a cult around the city.
Yeah, I was thinking of the potential political ramifications of people from the inner city coming out to the outer city and destroying an orphanage. That could be bad.
And
what do we
them
do
interviewing
with the body
kids
too?
might be a useful thing.
I didn't
Do
hear
we?
the
What do we
both of
do
you.
with Brother Andrew?
Just throw him in that cell with the other rotted corpse. It's not like the smell will make a difference. Was Brother Andrew robed?
Yeah.
So someone could put on his robes and just be seen through a window now and then.
He was kind of a short, heavy-set guy, but yeah.
Although we sent the orphans to another
The
place,
temple.
that word's going to spread on that real quick. So I think we're done. I don't think they're likely got the gang controls this area. They're going to have people listening out for this sort of thing. There's no way those orphans weren't seen going to where they're going.
Maybe the Boar Squad would be the right diplomatic approach to handling potential fallout. They wouldn't want this sort of shit going on in their territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he very easily could have been just throwing their name out there as a way to throw us out the side.
I don't
he
believe
threw
it.
us a couple
Yeah.
of people to
So while they may be a gang of sorts, they may not be on the negative side of this particular problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There has to be some kind of law enforcement here, and if that's them, that's
And
them.
they do run the place. So
Yeah. It's very rare you find an organization that's okay with killing kids.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of my angle I'd take on it too. He said that they'd play with the kids and stuff like that. Maybe he was blowing smoke up our asses, but it seems like they probably have some investment.
At the very least, they wouldn't want the Glorious Hammer paying big attention to this place anyway with this sort of thing happening. So
I say we go to them then.
yeah.
That's fair.
Have to
It is their
make sure we
home.
come across peaceably.
That could very well be what they used the trapdoor under the bed for, was legitimately just keystering stuff for the boars, and then they had no idea about what else was going on down here. Entirely possible.
And that might have even been somewhere else, because he suggested it was a room in the back right? Not necessarily.
That is
the-
what
yeah,
he
he
kept
didn't say anything
saying.
about the trapdoor. Oh, yeah.
It might not even be this room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, I was thinking those crates, like right at the bottom, might have been theirs. That's in that first cellar room.
You did look
But
at
anyway-
those, and they were just kids' clothes.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we need
may
to find
to-
the other entrance. I mean,
We
just
may need to search the rest of the orphanage a little more thoroughly.
Okay, so it sounds like next session we're going to keep following this thread.
I think so. Yeah.
Easy enough.
And I would say also at some point, like, look into that name, obviously, the Sister of Barons, see if we can get anything from anyone else, like Father Duncan or whoever, any other potentials.
Blade Abhorrent might represent someone as well, or it might just be like a title of their organization or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be like her
Or
rank or
multiple
something.
blades abhorrent. We might be in for some major shit.
Okay. I've got my next session notes, so I know what to work on.
All right.
We'll be back with this campaign in a week from today, every Wednesday. Let's do some plugs. Bert, what do you got going?
Oh yeah, we're streaming some BX Dungeons and Dragons. Probably the last episode of our Hollow World series this Friday, and Sunday some Shadowrun, powered by the Apocalypse style,
Yeah.
and that's on twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder.
Go. Jeff.
Yeah, over on twitch.tv/the lollygaggers on Friday, we're doing Delta Green, Impossible Landscapes, closing in on the end of part 2 of that campaign. Saturday, we're doing Worlds Without Number, Sci Fantasy Hex Crawl, and Monday, we're back to a proper first session of Ultraviolet Grasslands with some of these ugly people as we explore a psychedelic Oregon Trail. Not you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I kicked you out of the group. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Did I tell you?
It's
Should not get my.
so
no.
sad.
Ah.
I deserve that.
Jeremy, anything you want to plug?
We're in the last few days of the Black Blizzard Kickstarter, independent comic. Graciously, people have already fulfilled it, so we're working on even like a 5e like modern splat book at the moment.
Nice.
So it's good times.
Very cool. Yeah, you're watching this on Defenders of Cobalt. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, we're doing Watercolors and Warriors, our 5th ed Ghibli-inspired campaign. Friday, that's Friday the 13th, we got a special one-shot, 9 p.m. We're going to be doing a little something with 321 Action, which you can check out in the newly released booklet called Rocket to Russia. It's going to be great. We're going to be hanging out at a summer teen camp, except for the party's going to be playing all of these serial killer monsters that have to burn through the teens before sunlight shows up.
And at least some of those teens are orphans.
I hope so.
I mean, they could be.
Yeah, and then that's perfect, Jake. That's exactly what it is. And then this Saturday at 1 p.m. Central here on Defenders, we're doing some Forbidden Lands. You catch Jeff and Dan and Jake there. It's going to be great. So yeah, that's all I fucking got. Good game, good show. Thanks everyone for watching. Captain, thanks for those bits. Came in clutch. Always appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And I guess until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and go get your vaccine. Deuces.